Hello friends, my name is David, and I am here with week 4 of the UBC. We are up against our friend Bronson and the Portland Poliwags. I will run down his potential mons and then go over my team. He has a Swellow, a Raikou, a Mega Gallade, a Mew, a Magmar, a Lando T with Z moves, a Goodra, Decidueye, Sylveon, Toxapex. Cool. So, once again, we're bringing Baton Pass, and this time we're bringing Necrozma instead of Espeon because Espeon's been failing us, and he doesn't have a Dark type, so I don't need Dazzling Gleam. We are going with the same exact set as always. Max Attack, Max Speed, Mega Horn, Poison Jab, Baton Pass Protect, Scolipede with Buginium this week. I did debate heavily going SD with Earthquake to sort of be a sweeper set this week, because Haze Toxapex is something that I'm super worried about, and it's something that can actually like stop my Baton Pass chain. But I figured if he brings Haze Toxapex, I could just play around it, and I have mons that can come in on the Toxapex, like my Necrozma, like my Xurkitree, that could sort of spook Toxapex out from doing what it wants to do. So that's why I ultimately decided on still bringing Baton Pass. One of these days I will not bring it, and I will catch my opponent off guard. But hopefully Bronson doesn't prepare for BP, because SD Scully kind of destroys his team. So in other news, up next we have standard-ish Necrozma with sub-Calm Mind, Moonlight Sword Power, kind of physically defensive to handle the Gallade and take a hit from Lando or something. Just super bulky. Klefki is Light Clay with dual screens, Wave, and Gleam. Spadef to sort of handle things like Swellow, to handle things like Raikou. Mew, I believe. Sylveon is another one. That's a big one. Yeah. Talonflame is Leftovers, Max HP, Max Speed. Jolly with Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, Bulk Up, U-Turn. No Roost. I didn't really need it. It was just going to be attacking things anyway. And Leftovers was decent recovery with my bulk. Maybe I debated Band to sort of catch Pex and things like that, but Band seemed weird. I like the idea of bulking up and getting some kills that way. Xurkitree is a max HP, close to max speed, modest set with a Shucca Berry. So it's a Tail Glow set. So it can come in on the Baton Pass, maybe Landorus comes in and tries to threaten it out, and I'm like, maybe with like a Yachi Berry or something, I could then Tail Glow up, and Tail Glow Xurkitree, I believe, kills Lando, and if you hear that, then congratulations, you hear a fire truck, I believe, yes. And last but certainly not least is a Max Attack, Max Speed, Jolly, Mega Garchomp with HP Ice, D-Claw, Earthquake, Rocks. Okay, now that that's out of the way, we can go into the battle, where I'm just gonna, looking at the matchup, nothing really scares me. I'm assuming that he's gonna lead with either Mew or Lando, maybe his Scarfer, maybe Swellow. So my best bet is leading Garchomp, and I can get up Rocks if it's anything in particular that I don't like, that doesn't seem very threatening to me, or I could just attack. So up first is his Landorus T. I go into my Garchomp, I'm like, 2 HP Ices should kill this, so I'm going to HP Ice as it pops his Yachi. He SDs, I run the calc. I was doing, based on that Yachi damage, it could have been low roll, or it could have been a mid roll, based on my investment and his possible investment. So I go for it again, and I completely min roll that HP Ice as he crits me with the Earthquake. The Earthquake crit didn't really matter because he was adamant, but the HP Ice roll wouldn't have, I don't think it would have killed unless I max rolled him. So all in all, it doesn't really matter, as it lets me bring in my Scolipede pretty much for free and get a kill with Poison Jab. So Scolipede claims a body, speed boost is up, he goes into his Mew. I thought about him being Tanga Berry, but then I thought about it some more and I was like, this is still my best play. He can't do anything to me. I should live a Psychic from my range if he's defensive, and if he's not defensive then Z Mega Horn kills anyway. So I Savage Spin out and he just drops, I guess expecting me to be afraid of a Tanga Berry, but I'm not switching out. I've made that mistake last week. I BP into my Necrozma to scout for the haze. I go into my Circuitry as he goes for the light screen, and that is actually terrifying that he's a screens Toxapex. I'm glad I didn't sub up there, because that would have been really bad. But anyway, I see the light screen and I decide, well, he's going to switch out, so I'm going to set up a Tail Glow on whatever wants to come in. I don't think he'd go into his Gallade. I think he'd go into his Raikou, sort of expecting me to Volt Switch or something. So I'm going to Tail Glow to then be stronger than the screen and technically be at +1 at this point. So Tail Glow up at +3. I go for a second Tail Glow to be at +6 and just murder this Raikou as he reveals Roar, and that was absolutely nuts. I was like, okay, so he's super prepped for Baton Pass. This is going to be really annoying, and I don't know if I could win with Baton Pass. But here we are. As he Calm Minds, as I set up a light screen, I'm like, alright, this is fine. I can go into Scolipede. I'm not really afraid of anything. As he decides to Calm Mind again, which I think was kind of a weird play, because now he's just at neutral. So I could just go for 2 Mega Horns and take this guy out. I know it. I live any move that a Raikou wants to go for, unless he's even if he's extra sensory, I think. As I Mega Horn again, I'm at +2 speed now, and I go for the Baton Pass again into my Circuitry this time. If he wants to haze, that's fine. He hazes, and I still have a Circuitry in his face. Or otherwise, he'll double, or he'll try to attack me to get rid of my Scolipede, which is really the biggest problem to his team right now. As I pass into my Zerk, he Scalds, no burn, 10%. I go for the T-Bolt, and 79%. I mineraled this T-Bolt a ridiculous amount, and I was really upset because if you look at his team, Circuitry just wins here. He can't go into a single Pokemon that doesn't just drop to the Circuitry, and that's kind of annoying. As now he hazes and removes my speed boost. I Gleam in case he wanted to go into something else. I get my +1 special attack. He goes into his Gallade. He bulks up, which means that this is also an absolute mineral, which is just silly. If I was faster, then I would be able to either live the if I was faster than it with my speed, like saying the Toxapex was dead, then he wouldn't be able to just bulk up in my face. He would have to attack me. I would be able to live, and I would kill him with 2 T-Bolts, and then I would win the game from there. So I go into my Talonflame knowing that I'm doing about I think it's 60 minimum to this thing, even with if he's like max HP. Like, I would have to super low roll this to not kill him here, and I could, oh no, what was it? No, it was a mid roll that I needed. I'm sorry, I mistaked, and I do get a min roll instead of, and yeah, me too. So I go into Scolipede, banking on him not being Shadow Sneak, as he decides to switch into his Swellow, which I thought was the weirdest thing, because he basically just chokes the game away here, because now I protect to make sure I outspeed as he works up, and this is terrifying because now I thought he was Quick Attack. He ends up not being Quick Attack, and Scolipede just wins, because P-Jab now kills every other Mon, and even if he wasn't between Necrozma and Klefki, I could have walled the rest of his team and beat him. So we end up winning this one 3-0 in a really weird game by Bronson, him making very strange plays that I ultimately don't think were ideal, but granted, my team wasn't fantastic either. Just kind of a lot of busyness going on with the whole transition to majors. But anyway, that is our week 4. I will catch you guys Sunday for MPL stuff, and then next week for UBC once again. Peace.